You'd think it's the perfect recipe for success, right? Take human intuition and combine it with the raw power of an AI. What you should get is an unbeatable super team. But what if that simple math is just wrong? What if the reality is way more complicated? Well, get this. Researchers have found something pretty strange. In a lot of situations, not only do these hybrid teams fail to live up to their potential, but sometimes, and you can see it right here, the human AI team actually does worse than the AI would have done all by itself. This is what's known as the performance paradox. So that's the big question we're going to tackle in this explainer. Why does adding a smart human to a powerful AI sometimes make the whole team weaker? I promise, the answer isn't just interesting, it's the key to actually building the super teams we've been dreaming of. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at a new way to measure what true teamwork even means. Then, we're going to uncover the 2 secret ingredients that make success possible in the first place. We'll see them in action with a couple of really cool case studies, and then we'll wrap it all up with how to design these teams for the future. So where do we even begin? Well, to figure out this paradox, we first need a better scorecard for success. It's not enough to just say, is the team better than the human? No, we need to set the bar much, much higher than that. And that higher bar is something called complementary team performance, or CTP. It's a really simple but powerful idea. A team only hits CTP if it performs better than its single best member, period. Whether that's the human or the AI, the team has to beat them. That's our new gold standard. Okay, let's make this concrete. Imagine a test with 25 questions. In this grid, any square that has a gray or a black fill, that's a correct answer. The gray ones are questions only the AI got right. The black ones are questions only the human got right. And, the red squares are where they both messed up. So flying solo, the AI made 13 mistakes. Pretty good, but, not perfect. The human, on the other hand, made 15 mistakes. So in this specific case, the AI is clearly the stronger player on its own. Now here's the million-dollar question. If you look at that grid again, what's the absolute best, the most perfect score this team could possibly achieve if they just flawlessly combined their strengths? This is what the researchers call inherent potential. It's basically the team's theoretical perfect score. If for every single one of those 25 questions, they could just pick whoever got the right answer, well, the number of errors would plummet from the AI's 13 all the way down to just 5. That's the potential we're trying to unlock. Right. So that potential is the goal. But what creates it? How do we get it in the first place? Well, it turns out it all boils down to 2 secret ingredients. First up, we have information asymmetry. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. The human and the AI have different information. One knows something the other doesn't. Then there's capability asymmetry. In this case, they see the exact same stuff, but they have totally different skills for making sense of it. To get that teamwork magic, you need at least one of these. Okay, let's see this in the real world. Our first case study is a fantastic example of information asymmetry at work. So in this experiment, a human and an AI had to predict house prices. The AI got all the usual data, square footage, number of bedrooms, location, all the stuff in a spreadsheet. The human got that same data, but they also got one extra thing, a photo of the house. That single photo creates information asymmetry. And the result? Whoa, it was dramatic. You can see it here. Without the photo, the team barely did better than the AI alone. But with the photo, their performance just shot up. They made way fewer errors and they easily blew past that CTP goal line. That one extra piece of info changed everything. So what about the other secret ingredient? Let's check out a second experiment that puts capability asymmetry to the test. And this one uses a really tricky image puzzle. For this one, the task was to identify objects in these really distorted, messed up images. Now, the cool thing about this is that humans and AIs are good at this in different ways. Our brains and their algorithms just see the world differently, so they tend to make different kinds of mistakes. They have a natural capability asymmetry. And this is where the researchers did something so clever. They decided, what if instead of just training an AI to be more accurate on its own, what if we trained it to be a better teammate? They literally designed it to be good at the exact types of images humans are bad at. And by doing that, they made the skills of the human and this new complementary AI incredibly different. They weren't stepping on each other's toes anymore. And as a result, the team's inherent potential just went through the roof compared to the team with the regular AI. And here's the payoff. That massive potential wasn't just theoretical, it translated directly into real-world results. The team paired with the AI designed for teamwork, they just crushed it, making way fewer errors. They didn't just have more potential, they actually achieved it. So, after going through the paradox, the new scorecard, and these 2 case studies, what's the big idea? What's the one thing we really need to remember from all this? Well, the lesson here is crystal clear. You don't get great human AI teams by accident. You can't just take the smartest person and stick them with the most powerful AI and hope for magic. No, you have to design the team for complementarity. You either give them different information or you make sure they have different skills. So the whole point is this: stop looking for the best player and start building the best team. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. Think about your own work for a second, your expertise, and also the things you're not so great at. If you could build an AI from the ground up to be your perfect teammate, what would you teach it? What unique information would you give it, or what skills would you want it to have that you don't? Because the answer to that might just be the blueprint for your own personal super team.